Good morning students. Welcome you all in Educational Norzo. Today we have to discuss very interesting topic, web browser security. Almost everything relies on computers and the internet. The communication is through email or cell phones. Transportation has been performed through car engine systems, airplane navigation. For the medicine we are using the equipments, medical records. For shopping we are using the online stores, credit cards, and for the entertainment also we are using the digital cable mp3s. So nowadays technology has been increased tremendously, and we need to secure that particular technology. Now the web security is also known as a cyber security, and which involves protecting that information by preventing, detecting, and responding to attack. Now what exactly the web users will do? The first step in protecting yourself is to recognize the risk and become a familiar with the some of the terminologies associated with them. Now these are the very important terminologies we require to know. That is the hacker, the people who seek to exploit weaknesses in software and computer system for their own goal or for their own gain. We are called as a hacker. Viruses, it you to actually do something before it infects your computer, and this action could be opening an email attachment or going to a particular web page. Now, third important terminology is the worms. Worms propagate without user intervention, and once the victim computer has been infected, the worm will attempt to find and infect other computers also. Then, Trojan horse is a program. It is a program software that claims to be one thing while in fact doing something different behind the scene itself. Number of different Trojans has been around since 1989 as the PC CY Trojan. It basically infect the target computer by encrypting the owner's personal file. Now next will be the keylogger. It's traditionally keyloggers are a software that monitor user activity such as a keys typed using keyboard. Modern keyloggers basically record the keystrokes on a keyboard, record mouse movement and clicks, record menus that are invoked, take a screenshots of the desktop and define intervals. So here very important thing is the keylogger preventions are required. For that we are using the anti spyware as a prevention technique, firewall as a manual detection, automatic form fillers as a protection from keyloggers. And last important terminology is the firewall, that will be a mechanism for content regulation and data filtering. It basically blocking unwanted traffic from entering the subnetwork and preventing subnet users use of unauthorized material or sites. Now there are few aspects of data security that need to be concentrated. That will be the privacy, integrity, authenticity. Privacy is nothing but the keeping your information private. Your personal details are valuable assets, and businesses are increasingly looking to target individuals more effectively. Data about those individuals is in demand. Buying and selling list of email addresses and demographic details is a big business nowadays. Now next will be the integrity, knowing that the information has not been changed. Maintaining the data integrity of any communication is vital. Integrity can be preserved by using strong encryption methods. Even if an intruder see the transmission, it would be useless since it's encrypted. And last one is the authenticity, that is knowing who sent the information. We need to authenticate a message to make sure it was sent by the correct person. And digital signature is used for the purpose, and public key private key method can also use to authenticate the particular uh, information that will be sent to the accurate users also. So these are the basic security data security aspects we have to know. Now, what is exactly mean by the web filtering? Web filtering is a technology stops users from viewing certain URLs or websites by preventing their browsers from loading pages from these sites. Web filters are made in different ways and deliver various solutions for individual, family, institutional, or enterprise. use. In general, web filters work in two distinct ways. They can block content as determined by quality of the site and by consulting known list which document and categorize popular pages across all generations of content, or they can evaluate the content of the page live and block it accordingly. Now, why the web filtering is important? This is again a one important question, that is why it is a important. Now, for any concern with using the internet safely, web filtering can be an excellent tool to help prevent attacks or loss of security. Monitoring and filtering what employees share helps actively enforce IT policies as well as prevent data leakage. The security of a business is essential, so when any level of confidential information leaks, it will cause harm to the company. Web filters are capable of preventing users from accessing sites that executes malicious code on the user's computer. Even on a small level, web filtering allows companies to block websites that do not support an effective workday as well as not fitting the requirements of their security policies. Now there are different web filtering types we have, in which the main two types are the block list and allow list filter. In this type, when using block list, an administrator manually enters all websites that are deemed inappropriate into the program, and those sites are subsequently blocked. Allow lists are used in exactly the same way, only in reverse. That is, URLs are manually entered onto a allow list and all other websites are then off limits. And the second type is the keyword and content filter. This type of filtering is in many ways similar to block and allow list filtering, though with a slightly broader scope. Keyword and content filters will filter out websites that contain specific keywords or predefined content. That will be the one example is the pornography of this. Now, the third important type is the browser based filters. Browser based types of web filters are typically extensions, applications, or add-on that can be installed and used with a particular web browser. While not the most through filter, these types of web filters are widely available and are very convenient for users. Some popular options for web browser based filtering include Blocksy, a program available for Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox, which blocks predefined content from user access. Another popular web filter available from Chrome is the Kardashian filter, which removes all content related to the Kardashian family from user view. The main downfall of these types of web filter is that users can circumvent them by switching web browser, and by doing so the user renders the filter on the initial browser useless. So if you decided to use Firefox when you have got the Kardashian filter installed on a Chrome, you will still be susceptible to headlines, copy, and imagery that references the celebrity family. Then, fourth important filter is the search engine filter. Search engine types of filters sift out unsuitable content from the results a particular user sees when looking up information through a search engine. Some search engines have this feature built into their user interface. Google and Bing have a safe search options for those who want to filter out inappropriate content in their search results. Both of these search engines have a safe search on as a default, but one does not need administrative privilege to turn these filters off. Search engine filters can also be easily circumvented if the user knows the URL of the site they are trying to access, or if they use another search engine that does not have a similar filter. The next type is the client side filter. Clients and filters are filtering programs installed on the device an employee or student uses. Such a filtering programs typically have to be installed and configured on each individual device, making these types of web filters more time consuming to install than others. While these types of web filters may be ideal for a small business, larger business may not want to deal with the hassle of setting up this type of web filter on more than a few computers. These types of web filters can also be easily circumvented by those who have administrative privileges, since these types of web filters are often directly installed on the device and not controlled by a central program. The next one is the content limited ISPs. Content limited ISPs are the internet service providers who block off specified websites from all who subscribe to the ISPs service. Typically found in countries who censor content on the web, these types of web filters are gradually making their way to countries around the world. Virgin Media, for example, is an ISP that uses this type of web filtering to block the private pay from subscriber access. While these types of web filters are not yet widely available, they may be in the future. And last important type of web filtering is the network based filter. The next type of web filtering is also called as a network based web filtering. Network based types of web filters are typically implemented at either the transport or application layers of a network. These types of web filters are set up as either a web proxy or a transport proxy to guard the network. They serve as the middleman between outgoing request and incoming information. They also usually guard the individual IP addresses of all of the workstations on the network by only displaying the IP address of the filter to outside users. The Calyptix Access Enforcers web filtering technology. This is one of the technology. Calyptix Access Enforcer web filtering technology falls into this category. It uses a web proxy at the transport layer to oversee and guard the network from unsafe content that users may try to access. And the access enforcers web filtering capabilities can also be customized to fit a client's need, allowing them to block different categories of a web content or specified sites. So these are the different web filtering criteria or types has been used for the web browser security. So finally, there is a conclusion of overall discussion, that is, the browsers are at the heart of the internet experience, and as such they are also at the heart of many of the security problems that plague users and developers alike. As the sensitivity of internet usage increased, concerns about security, fraud and attacks became important. There are limits to what a browser developer can compensate for, and browser users will not always accept the constraints of a security that a browser establishes. Attack and defense strategies are covalent, as are the use and threat models. As always, anybody can break into anything if they have a sufficient skill, motivation, and opportunity. The job of browser developers, network administrators, and browser users is to modulate those three quantities to minimize the number of successful attacks. So this is overall regarding the web browser security and the what are the filtering types has been used for securing the web browser. Hope you all are understand the web browser security. Watch this video to clear your concept. So thank you.